Alright, welcome on in to anyone joining now or later. Today we are playing the original Doom from 1993, I believe. I could be wrong with the year, so do not quote me on that. However, we are playing the original Doom. I feel like this. Okay. I feel like you guys would be able to hear me better, but we are playing the original Doom. I chose to play this game because Doom the Dark Ages will be coming out May 15th, and I've never sat down and actually played any of the Doom games. I do own several copies of various Doom games. For example, on my Switch, I own Doom 1, Doom 2, the bundle with both, Doom 64, Doom 3, Doom 2016, and Doom Eternal. I'm not sure if I have the DLC, and I also have several of those games on my Switch Lite, which has a separate account, so I did buy them separately. I believe I just have like Doom 1, 2, 64, and 3 though. I'm not 100% sure which ones I bought and which ones I didn't. But I do know I purchased at least a couple of the Doom games on my Switch Lite. But I know I have all the available Doom games on my main Switch. I have all of the available games on PlayStation, including the Switch, the Doom 1 and 2 bundle. Let me check what Doom games I have on my Switch Lite. Let's see. Okay, I have Doom 1 and 2 and Doom 64 on my Switch Lite. So essentially just the classic style Dooms. On my PlayStation, I have Doom 1, 2, the bundle, 64, 3, 2016, and Doom Eternal. I have Doom 1 and 2 on Android, as well as I even have Doom 1 on the Game Boy Advanced. Not to mention, being that I do have several Anbernic or other emulation devices, many of them came pre-installed with several copies of Doom. So, I have a bunch of different copies of Doom, but I've never sat down and actually played any of them. So, today we're going to be playing Doom, the original, and for those who don't know, this is for those who don't know, this is a legendary game. Okay. This has been ported to basically anything. Well, not even ported, because ported means official, but it has been brought over to basically anything with a CPU in some capacity, whether fans have brought it over or it's been officially released. There were people to get this game running on a pregnancy test. So it's got a reputation. Not to mention, each of the games have a banger-ass soundtrack. And this game has revolutionized modern shooters. So it's easy to see why it is so beloved. Personally, I'm kind of like I understand, like, I don't, how do I put it without getting Doom fans pissed? I 100% believe that this is deserving of the love that it gets. However, I feel like some of that love should have gone to the original Wolfenstein because of the fact that Doom was essentially just a variation of Wolfenstein, but taken a little further. You know what I mean? And this is, if it weren't for this game, modern shooters wouldn't even exist in the way that they do. Things like GoldenEye, 007, fucking Call of Duty, none of these games would have existed without Doom. And that, I think that's part of why this game gets so much love and so much recognition, where Wolfenstein doesn't. Even though, if not for Wolfenstein, Doom wouldn't exist. Oh, this is an elevator. We're not going to go up it just yet. One thing that Doom does a lot, though, and I believe Wolfenstein was the same way, but it's got secrets all over the place. Okay. But this is essentially made up of nothing but 2D sprites. But the way they designed it made it act and feel like a 3D game. Oh. So that's how I pull up my map. How do I swap weapons? Oh, there we go. I use the bumpers. Okay, so we've got the red key card. Now, I will talk about like Doom and shit, assuming, with the assumption that you don't know what I'm talking about, even though chances are if you're watching you already know. But it's more like a just in case thing. So I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. I'm trying to think of what I was going to say, but just completely am drawing a blank. But the way they designed this game, made up of 2D sprites and images, and the way that they structure the way they designed the game, even though everything's made up of 2D elements, the way they designed it gives the illusion of 3D. Which, for the time, was absolutely fucking genius. And it wasn't the first game to do it. If I'm not mistaken, the first game to do that was actually another id Software game, Wolfenstein, which everyone labels Doom as the father of shooters. Well, if Doom is the father of shooters, then Wolfenstein is either the grandfather or the godfather of shooters. Because if it weren't for Wolfenstein, Doom wouldn't exist. And if it weren't for Doom, no other shooter would exist. So essentially, Wolfenstein laid the structure. Doom made it more popular, I guess. Now, of course, since then, Doom has become a massive franchise, and what I find really funny is after Doom 1 and 2, Doom was kind of struggling. Doom 64 didn't get as much praise because it was essentially just the same formula as Doom 1 and 2, but with some minor improvements. So it didn't get as much praise as, say, the second game, which got a lot of praise. Doom 1 got a lot of praise too, but I'm gonna draw comparisons to the second one because at the time, Doom 2 obviously was released closer to Doom 64 than Doom 1. But Doom 64 didn't get a whole lot of praise because of its quote-unquote lack of innovation. A lot of people say it feels more like an expansion of the original Doom or Doom 2 than its own game. But it does make improvements. After Doom 2 actually, because Doom 64 kind of did struggle, but Doom had been in kind of a hard place since then, and that kind of showed with the release of Doom 3 that, no offense, they weren't really sure what to do with the series. Which, Doom 3 is like the entry that nobody likes. And this is gonna sound kind of crazy to Doom fans, but what I find really, really hilarious is the fact that Doom 3 is actually the closest to the original concept than any other entry in the series. Fucking hell. My charger got caught on something. And I know that's gonna sound very crazy to a lot of fans, but I was actually watching video a while back about the history of Doom. So the thing about the original concept is the guy who came up with it, who used to work at id Software at the time, came up with the idea of a very story-orientated soldier fighting demons. And they liked the idea. The higher ups at id Software liked the idea and wanted to do something with it. So they started working on Doom. And they wound up changing a lot of things. For example, remember how I said that the original creator, or the original, I don't want to say creator because it does sound like he fully created it, which technically he didn't. He was just the one who came up with it. But we're going to label him as the original creator for clarification purposes. The original creator actually wound up leaving id Software because they wound up changing so much of his concept to where he was just like, yeah, no, it's not even close to what I envisioned it to be. I want no part of this. You've butchered my baby, essentially. Because one of the major things that id Software did was the original creator wanted it to be story orientated and focus on that. Well, higher ups at id Software decided, nah, we don't want that. I don't remember the exact quote. However, they said something along the lines of story in games are unnecessary and basically no one cares about them. They're just there to sit there and get you going, essentially. Give you a reason to do the task. And that was very much against what the creator of Doom wanted. So, because of that and various other changes that id Software made, he left the company. Which is funny because much later, while Doom is struggling, they released a game that was actually pretty similar to his original concept. Like, out of all the Doom games, Doom 3 is actually the closest to what he envisioned. And what do you know? It's the one that the fans hate. It's the black sheep of the family. Which part of me wonders if Doom 3 would have been as hated as it was, if the original creator got his way in how Doom was created, like if it started out as a very story-centric game, would people have hated Doom 3 as much as they did? Unfortunately, that's one question we'll never really get the answer to. But it's just like something that chills in the back of my mind, you know what I'm saying? And so I do want to bring up, I apologize if this is all over the place, but there was another, I don't want to say artist, but I'm going to call him an artist because he made art. There was another developer who worked for id Software for a while who wound up working on a few games. I believe one of them was Doom 64. But he was a creator known by the name of American McGee. And yes, that is his real name. He's been asked that a lot, and he was very, very clear about that. Oh, what's this? I have a radiation shield. But he wound up making a cult classic. Well, I don't know if I'd say cult classic, but a game with a cult following, American McGee's Alice. Originally, they were just going to call it Alice, but there were some issues with that. So they wound up putting his name in the title. So that game, because of American McGee's experience with Doom, wound up being very similar in the structure to Doom. Oh. Need a blue key for this door. But if you guys have not played American McGee's Alice or its sequel, Alice Madness Returns, definitely give it a try. Now, if you are playing on console, well, more specifically PS5, you do not have access to that game, unfortunately. But if you play on Xbox, you can sit there and get the sequel, Alice Madness Returns, and the sequel actually has the first game with it. The original first game was only released on PC, but there were plans to bring it to the PS2. It just never wound up actually happening. So, let's see, we probably need to find that blue key card. But if you are a fan of Doom, and for whatever reason you've never even heard of American McGee's Alice, definitely buy this second game because it comes with the first game. And I believe it comes with the first game on PC as well. But if you're on Xbox, definitely get American McGee's Alice and try out The first game. Now, if you're a PlayStation user, unfortunately, you can't get either of the American McGee's Alice games on PS4 or PS5. Now, if you still have your PS3 and you want to give it a try, I would highly recommend it because it is a very artistic game. Okay. I did not know that the chain gun and the pistol use the same ammo, but yes, I know there is a map and a sprint button. I just haven't been using the sprint button. I was just talking about some of the history that I know about Doom as a series. I know you're a massive Doom fan, so watching me play is probably giving you a stroke. Yeah, I haven't used any other gun but the pistol. Let's swap. I'm actually really looking forward to playing it. What I find funny, though, is that the third Doom is the closest to the original creator's concept, and that's the most hated. Yeah, I do know that it starts out more as a horror survival and then eventually turns into a more classic Doom game. But I think that horror survival definitely pissed off classic Doom fans. Bro, ugly. Fuck off. Already been here. Let's see. Thank you. Where is the exit? Wait, you're telling me I could play the game through the map? That is so weird. Well, to be fair, although it was a complete diversion from what Doom was, or is, perhaps is more accurate, it was still much closer to the original creator's concept than any other game. Which is the part that I find to be the most interesting. Gun go prrrt. Will walking through that just kill me? Part of me does not want to find out, but I feel like... Oh, okay. So it will just slowly kill me. Hello, motherfucker. Ooh. Probably shouldn't have. So my question is, okay, so the stairs uses that rectangular pattern in orange. So those little sections to the right, are those like raised platforms and all the red areas are like floor 1? Or like ground level? Oh, okay. It straight tells you on the side how many enemies, potions, which I assume heal you, and secrets there are in this map. Did the floor just move? Or do I have the tism? Oh, there's a door right here. I'm gonna need a yellow key, huh? Yep. Where the frickety flapjacks are you guys? I hear y'all. I'm not gonna go in there because I don't know if there's a way onto that platform from that pool, but we'll go. Oh, what do you know? This is that very platform I was looking at. Okay, so it does look like I can jump. Oh. Was this just raised? I don't remember that being there. How convenient. Come on back. Where'd you go, Holmes? Oh, and fun fact. Being that this is a rated M game, I have no... Is this using... Okay, this has motion controls. I'm gonna see if I can turn that off real quick. Controls. No. Gameplay. Motion sensor functionality off. Who the fuck would use that? Like this is the PS5, not the Wii. No one sits there and looks at the PS5 controller and goes, yeah, that thing is meant for motion controls. The Wii is understandable, you know? It's designed around it. But the PS5, it's a forgettable feature. Why am I going this way? Okay, so through here, this is where I got the yellow key. How do I get on the other side of that room? I think I know the way. Was it through here? Say if getting crowned, you're getting capped. Ha ha. splatter your ass on the pavement. Why the fuck was I caught on something? Damn. Back to basic weaponry. Oof. But a not so fun fact, the Columbine school shooters actually used the game Doom to practice and created a map of their school. And from what I have heard, some of the other maps that they have created are still up and available to download. I'm not sure if it's available on all platforms because they were PC players. However, thought it was something interesting to note. I find it funny that I still press square to reload even though I don't need to reload in this game. I'm not gonna worry about him right now. Ooh. Motherfuckers bit the dust there. This is the door I just came through. Can I take that? No. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, fuck. Huh. I've got light bulb. Oh. It'll just automatically go up and down now. Fuck. That blood splatter is going up with the elevator. Let's not pull the trigger on that. You gonna go down? Let's see where this side leads. I assume I'm supposed to just run and I'll be able to land on those, but Wait. There's a first aid kit. Wonder how difficult the original Doom would be to platinum. Might have to look at the trophies in a little bit. Ah, fuck you. Honestly, I can just great game. I feel like Wolfenstein deserves more love though. Nothing against this game, but this just takes everything Wolfenstein does and ups it a little bit, you know what I mean? So why this game gets significantly more love just confuses me. Like, obviously it's great. Nothing against it. I just feel like people should have given Wolfenstein a little more love than they did. Need a blue key. Heard you die. No one lurking in the shadows now. Groovy. Not groovy. Totally not groovy. Oh, minigun. Wonder if anyone's attempted a fist-only run. Have you tried that, Greasy? A fist-only run? I mean, we all know you like fisting your enemies. Kind of hoping for a crazy chain reaction. Kind of underwhelming, not gonna lie. And that's the door. That was the alternate entrance door. Ooh, hi. Damn, bro. Homie saw me all caked up and wanted to take his shot. Sorry, bro. Don't swing that way. You'll find someone, though. Don't worry. Hi. Alright. I want to get a PS1 copy of this game. Now... Need a yellow key to open that door. Thought the blue door was in this area. Was in this area. This is literally the way I just came from. Okay. Okay. Small armor base. Ooh. What'd that switch do? Well, I can't undo it to find out. Maybe I gotta go back to find out. They can turn in fucking visible. Hell to the no, to the no, no, no. We got the yellow key card, so let's go. I'm pretty sure that backpack increased our inventory space. I like how he did that noise as if he's fatally wounded, but we were over 90% health. Excuse me. Let's see what's up. Health. Oh. Fucking visible motherfucker. That's some BS. Oh. 94% kills. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of fucked. Not gonna lie. Fucking barely noticed it. Fucking, and I can't move. Yeah, okay. Huh. Well, I found it. Gonna need a red key to go through there. And I was already through here. Oh. No way for me to get up to their level from that point. Oh. What is that? Oh, okay. I know there was someone up here. What's this? Is this the BFG? Oh, it's a rocket launcher. Never mind. Had my ass all excited. Okay. I have the yellow key, so I need to go through the yellow door. I have been here before, haven't I? Yes, I have. There are dead bodies over here. Oh, and this is the beginning. Nope. Don't need to go over there. I need a blue key. Nope. Haven't been in this area before. So maybe I'm probably in the right spot. What's this? Been here before, but there's some stuff here, so. Ooh. Armor. Oh. Armor's still at 111%. Come on up. Actually, let's see if I can pick up that shotgun. Nope. Okay. Okay. So I've got the red key. Now, where is the blue door? Homie thought he was gonna jump me. Okay. So I'm assuming essentially that this is like chapter 1, and whenever we get done with all the levels here, we move on to like chapter 2. Any survivors? This feels very Quake. This level. Damn. I'm back to just the handgun. Damn, that time all of them went off. Actually, maybe it's a good idea to look around for some shit. Can't get up there. That's where I came from, isn't it? Yeah, this is where I came from. I guess there's no way but forward. Okay. I was mentioning that. I know that it was made by the same devs, but I was mentioning that it feels so Quake because the level does feel like fucking Quake, and they fucking... I couldn't fucking move. Fuck, they're alive. I think I'm fucked here. Nope, can't shoot that, whatever it is. I think it's a first aid kit. I did not know that. I knew that Wolfenstein, Quake, and Doom were all made by the same devs. Oh. Maybe it would have been a good idea for me to check these rooms before moving on to those guys. All right. Fuck. Oh, I can walk on the red? Here I was thinking it was lava. Damn it. Okay. Shoot the barrels. There we go. God damn. Okay. I know that Doom Guy makes an appearance in a lot of different games. Like, he's not a playable character, but he is a costume. My bad. He's a costume available for the Mii in Smash Bros. I'm not sure if it's just Smash Bros. Ultimate or the Wii U and 3DS Smash Bros. As well, but he is available as a costume. Okay, so it looks like the Super Colorful one turns Mii invisible. Ah, fuck. Didn't mean to do that. Ah. That feeling of progression. Ammo. Bullets. I need these. Oh, shit. That's honestly not surprising. That's a weird ass ship, though. Why would people ship those two? I mean, you're shipping a human and a dog? I believe she is. I don't remember. Either way, fucking weird as hell. Shipping a man and an animal. I'm actually really curious what all id Software games American McGee helped work on. Okay. So that was just chapter 1, like I thought. Oh yeah, like a couple of characters in the background of fucking. Oh wait. I want to see if American McGee worked on Doom 1 at all. There he is, American McGee. The fact that they managed to use 2D sprites to create a 3D game is incredible. And clearly very impressive for its time. If a modern indie game took inspiration from the original Doom and did the same thing, would you buy it? Because I know a lot of people... I think a lot of people would be kind of iffy on that. So, as things turned out, American McGee helped work on the original Doom. I knew he worked on Doom 64. I didn't know about any other games. That was the only one that I knew he had worked on. What'd he do? You talking about the guy that essentially was like, oh yeah, this demon-based game sounds like a really good idea, but I'm going to change everything about it. Because that's actually why the original creator left id Software. Because he came up with the concept of Doom, but basically everything about Doom was changed, and he was like, you guys aren't fucking listening to me, this was my idea, and I'm getting fucking screwed over with it. I'm out. Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember that, because I remember because I had watched a video on the history of Doom. I remember reading or hearing about that, and American McGee, whenever he was doing an interview, said originally he held some resentment, but he said if he realized eventually that it was one of the best things to happen, because he felt a sense of freedom after he was fired from id Software. No, I'm not going to go back that way. Okay. Uh, well, damn. I'm getting shanked. Someone spent too much time in Minecraft. Damn. Imagine being the reason most of your staff quits. Ooh. I don't want to go back there. Oh. Does this harm me? No. Huh. Little first aid spray and I'm good. Yeah, nah. Honestly, anyone working for big game studios, I can't blame for leaving. Because most of these big studios don't fucking give a fuck about their staff at all. And that goes for Ubisoft, Bethesda, EA, Rockstar. That reminds me of something from Dementium. But not gonna lie, like 90% of big studios do not give a shit about their staff. And it sucks because when a studio doesn't care about their staff, that harms the games being made. Yeah, if you sit there and decide, hey, let's have a Doom game without metal, that, what are you gonna play? Classical? I don't think Microsoft has anything to do with it, honestly. Not yet, anyway. I think they'll have plenty to do with it in the Dark Ages, but from what I've seen, for the most part, Microsoft stays out of development unless they need to sit there and cut budget. In which case they're are not cut budget, but cut expenses. In which case they're like, okay, this studio shut down. This studio shut down. This studio shut down. Oh, you made some legendary games? Man, that sucks. Shut down. That's what really sucks about Microsoft. And to be fair, I think Sony does the same thing, but not nearly as bad. Nintendo really doesn't tend to shut down any of their studios, to my knowledge. Hell, they don't even tend to fire people unless it's necessary. During the 3DS and Wii U generation, Nintendo was doing really bad and needed to cut some expenses. So the CEO of Nintendo cut his own pay instead of firing or closing down studios, or firing employees or closing down studios. And he did that until things were going good again, which was a really smart move, because after he did that, they were like, okay, the Wii U or the 3DS, we can't focus on both, and chose to focus on the 3DS, and they were doing really good with that. Yeah, that's the negative side to parent companies like fucking American McGee and EA. American McGee wants to make a third Alice game. He's been cooking with the art and the story, but EA's just like, nah, sports games. And it fucking sucks. I'm actually surprised that Dead Space wound up getting a remake because of how EA is. I'm not sure how much Doom will be playing. Let's see, what time is it? I think we'll end up going to until dinner, and then after I eat, we'll stream. Hi. Okay, that music's coming from the game. Yeah. That's what really surprised me, because they announced the fucking Dead Space remake shortly after shitting on single player games on, what was it, Twitter? That threw me off. Man, I would love for EA to just greenlight another American McGee's Alice. Wow, a Berserk upgrade. But very few enemies to use it on. That was like, what, 2? Let's go in here. Anyone home? Hi! Oh, forgot. Triangle isn't to switch weapons. Yellow key. Oh, that needs a blue key. Blue key as well. What's this need? Yellow key? Nope, just needs a switch. Oh, you. Fuck off. I might have to bring my GBA in to play this. Yeah, that was probably the case. That's probably exactly what they were thinking. Oh, sales are low. Wake up, Dead Space. Which is funny because their sales for the sports games aren't all that bad. It's the quality of the sports games that are bad. They make hella bread off of the sports games. Oh, these must be electrocuting me. Ooh. Oh. Was not expecting him. And I know I have Quake. I at least have Quake 1 on my Switch, I think. Mick Gordon, which soundtracks did he work on? Nah, I 100% agree with him leaving. It just sucks that he had to. Okay. So he worked on the modern ones. Not gonna lie, so far, from what I've been, from the music I've heard in, well, kind of figured because id makes those. And if he works for id, then he probably worked on other things id Software made. But not gonna lie, from the music I've heard so far in the original Doom, I think Doom 2016 and Eternal have better music. True Tech was limited, but it's not like Instruments were. Yeah, we got more advanced instruments now, but electric guitars still existed. Damn, I can't grab that? It's kind of fucked. Oh, wait. There we go. And although tech was limited, there were still plenty of games during the PS1 generation. No, PS1 was 90s. This was... What year did the original Doom come out? Huh. I mean, they couldn't do long tracks, understandable, but... ...1993, they could have done an electric guitar track. I mean, it wouldn't have sounded as good as modern games, but it still would have sounded pretty good. And they could make it catchy. A yellow card. This is a blue door. Blue door. Yeah. But... like, I'm not dogging on the budget or anything. Like, for example, the music for this level, I'm not gonna lie, sounds so boring. Like, it sounds video gamey, but not in a way that is entertaining, you know what I mean? Whenever I think of awesome Doom soundtracks, levels like this definitely won't come to mind. Ooh, what's this? What's this? I think that was just a normal door. Yeah, I heard Doom 2 is a massive improvement. On everything. And the massive criticism with Doom 64 was that it felt like an expansion of Doom 2. That was the main criticism with Doom 64, is that it didn't do enough to innovate. Yeah, the music from the first chapter was better, honestly. Like, I don't think it was the best in the series. Certain ones were really good, though. But... definitely significantly better. Ooh, loot. None leave the slaughterhouse. Not alive. Homie really wanted to test that. Homie stepped to me and was like, "You sure about that?" Sorry, Ghost Rider. I was actually kind of disappointed by that room. Definitely felt like there was going to be a lot more there with the size of it. Yeah, I know that Doom 2 was like a massive improvement, introducing better music, new enemies, new guns. I think it used the same engine, actually. I was about to say a better engine, but... I only have the yellow keys, so... Ari went this way. Already been this way. I'm pretty sure Doom 64 was 2D as well. I'm not 100% sure. Bad dog. I mean, yeah, Doom, it has 3D graphics, but its character designs are 2D sprites. it used 2D almost entirely to sit there and create the illusion of full 3D effect. Great, so where's the red door? I'm just gonna hope it's forward. Yeah. It essentially meshes the idea, I guess. I'm not sure if that's the best way to put it, but it essentially combines 2D and 3D to make games like Doom, where you have a 3D environment, you can look around, move around, shoot, but it wasn't a fully 3D game. They used 2D sprites to sit there and not only spare hardware resources for the game, but actually made it a lot easier to develop as well. Granted, the idea took a lot of work, but yes, it was absolutely that way. Which, not gonna lie, part of the reason why the series is as iconic as it is. However, where I am like, what the fuck is fucking Wolfenstein was the same way. But no one slobs on Wolfenstein's knob. But they taken the Doom knob all the way to the balls. Yes, I realized I spent a while on this level. Fat fuck. Hit the gym, fatty. Ooh, hi. Oh. Bro. Y'all dead? None leave the slaughterhouse. Open sesame seeds. Invisibility. They can't hit what they can't see. I'm Batman. Where do you think you're going, whore? I ain't done with you. Oh, hi. Yeah, shut your ass up. Ooh, hold on. Okay, there are a few Nintendo Switch 2 launch titles that are now confirmed. Sonic X Shadow Generation is confirmed as a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5th. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 and Yakuza 0 Director's Cut are also coming to Switch 2 at launch. Over 20 games will be available for Switch 2 on launch day. I want to see some of these. Okay. Arcade Archives 2, Ridge Racer, Bravely Default, Flying Fairy HD Remastered, Civilization 7, Cyberpunk 2077, Deltarune, Fast Fusion, Fortnite. I mean, that one was a given, especially considering it's already on the Switch 1. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Hitman World of Assassination, Hogwarts Legacy, which will fucking suck for anyone who wants to get it, because instead of allowing an upgrade free, they're just like, oh, you want Hogwarts Legacy on Switch 2? Full price, bitch. Unlike games like Legend of Zelda, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where if you already have the game, you can just fucking pay for an upgrade. Mario Kart World, which we already knew, especially since there's a bundle with it. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. A fucking tech demo that's $10. Not gonna lie, that's not a bad price, but this should be something that comes free. Man, it sucks since Reggie left, because fucking Reggie, who used to be the head of Nintendo of America, Nintendo wanted to charge for Wii Sports, but Reggie was like, nah, this should be something we pack in to show off the tech. Trust me, pack it in, it'll do fantastic. And he was right. But ever since he left, they never did that again. They don't have a free pack-in game. I'm not gonna pronounce that. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, Shadow X Sonic Generations, Split Fiction, Street Fighter 6, Survival Kids, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Yakuza 0 Director's Cut are all confirmed to be Nintendo Switch 2 launch titles. There are a few of these that, honestly, I might have to get on launch day. As much as I wish, where is it? I forgot what it's called. See, Nintendo Switch 2 A Welcome Tour. As much as I wish it was a free title, I might get it just to sit there and see if I can learn more about what the Switch 2 is capable of. But I don't know, $10 for something that should be a pack-in title, kind of nuts. Granted, it's $10. I spend more than that on fucking fast food, just one meal, more than that. So I'm not sure how to feel about that. Like, it should be a pack-in title, but for whatever reason, it is not. Well, we know the reason. But nonetheless, I'm not sure how to feel about Welcome Tour. Granted, it is confirmed to be the cheapest launch title, so that might be enough reason to get it. Plus, I already have like 700. Or not 700. I have 600 currently in my bank account. So that's 600 to put towards the Switch. The Switch 2. So, okay. Let me pull out my phone's calculator. So, 500 for the Switch 2 with Mario Kart. Technically, $550 if we're counting tax. We're going to count Cyberpunk as $66 because that'll be roughly how much it is for a PS5 copy for the Ultimate Edition after tax. Okay. I want to get a Pro Controller. Okay. Of course it's not gonna... Okay. Nintendo, you gonna fucking show me the price? Okay, so about $85. Let's see. So, for the console, Cyberpunk Pro Controller. Well, for the console bundled with Mario Kart, Cyberpunk 2077, the Pro Controller, and Nintendo Welcome Tour, it should be about $720.50. $720.50. Of course, this is estimation. And that's just for how much I would roughly pay, considering the taxes in my state. Hopefully I can get one on launch, because this would be the first console that I get at launch day. Despite my efforts to get the Switch, despite my efforts to get the PS5 on launch. Hey, fat fuck. And it's backwards compatible, so I'll already have plenty of games for it that I can play. Thanks to my Switch 1 collection. But I know Cyberpunk at least is a must for me. Like, if I can only get one game for the Switch 2 at launch, it'll be Cyberpunk. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Anyway. That's just a tight cubby. That's a Marine. Seeing a Doom Marine's corpse on the ground is never good news. Fuck. Oh, cornered myself there. But I did fine. Okay. Let's go this way first. Never mind. That was a dead end. Okay. Well, what do you know? Well, what do you know? Oh, okay. I was literally already up there. That is kind of creepy. Not gonna lie, that's kind of cool though. Okay, so both those lead back. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? What the fuck am I supposed to do here? My question is, what did that switch to? Fuck. Okay, so still gotta figure out a way to raise some sort of bridge for the exit. Dead end. There was nothing up here. It was right there the entire fucking time. What do you know? Well, that took an embarrassing amount of time. I don't want to talk about it. Well, Okay. How much did we play? Now, I don't know if we'll end up playing the entirety of Doom 1, 2, and 64. But I don't know. I think I'll make up my mind by next week. But thank you for joining on in. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next week, and I'll see you later.